We're going to finish up our little project car series today. We're going to discuss a little bit of a donor car and how important they can be. To me, a donor car is very important, especially if you're doing like a full V8 conversion. If you're doing something like that, a donor car is a must. Because that car, especially if it's running and driving and it's a complete car, I mean, it could be wrecked, rusted out, whatever. But if it's a complete car and it's running and driving, that is very important in getting your car on the road. Because your donor car will contain every little bracket, wiring harness, every little switch, whatever that you're going to need to do your car. And it'll have everything there to make your car, depending on how you do it, and if you take your time and do it right, everything will be there to make your car look like it came from the factory with a V8 in it or whatever you plan on putting in it. So, I mean, and them donor cars, they're a dime a dozen out there. You can find one of them anywhere. I mean, even if you're just wanting one, say you bought a wrecked car, you already bought a wrecked GT, and you're looking at fixing the crash damage on it. You can go out and buy a donor car. Maybe it's hitting the back. Your car's wrecked in the front. Maybe your donor car's hitting the back. Well, you've got your donor car will have all your front sheet metal on it. Your inner fenders, your bumper cover, everything. All the little bolts and fasteners. And so it's a good idea when building your project car, before you start, go out and find you a donor car. Like a parts car for it. Because there's going to be something stupid, some little bullshit part on that car, on your project that you can't find anywhere, but your project car is going to be the one car that's missing. That'll be the one piece that's missing. I went through it on mine. And, I mean, it was a good thing I had a donor car for mine when I built my car, that I just walked out behind the garage, took it off, and, problem solved. Now, like your donor car / parts car, if you guys do happen to get one, don't get rid of it till your car is on the road. Because there always may be that one little piece that you can't buy anywhere. Like I said before, you can't buy it. And maybe there's a chance that your donor car out there has it on it. You don't want to keep your project off the road just because some little bullshit part that you had once upon a time on a donor car, but you got gun-ho because your old lady's bitching at you, and she's yelling at you, telling you to clean the yard up, and so you find somebody come in and haul that car away. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can win her heart back over later on. Just keep it till your car's on the road. And, even before you get rid of it, say you're doing a V8 swap on a car, you buy a complete running, driving donor car, say the strut tires is rotted clean out in it. But, the car's got good sheet metal on it. It's got good interior parts in it. But you don't need nothing but the drivetrain and the wiring. Before you scrap that donor car, here's your opportunity to make a few bucks. And if you do it the right way, your old lady won't know that you got a couple extra Hondo in your pocket. Advertise it on Facebook. Don't do it as you're, in the process of building your car. You don't want to turn around and sell something that you're going to need. But after your car's on the road and you've done taking it out and burnt the tires clear off the back of it or whatever, you still got this parts car, this donor car sitting behind your garage or sitting in your garage. Go ahead, post it up on Facebook. Some of us out there will buy something off of it, whether it be a fender or a door panel, you know. Some of us out there need something. I mean, when I was building mine, I used the 96 GT that was all rusted out for my building my car. I used it for the swap on it, and the car ran and drove fine. It just, you know, the metal was all gone in it. But, you know, as I pulled what I needed off the car, you know, I kept the car for a little bit. You know, I hung on to it. I posted it on Facebook, Craigslist, you know, went on some of them forums and said, hey, I got this whole car for sale. It's got these parts are still on it. You can buy the whole car, or you can just buy what you need. Give them a deadline on it. You know, say it's January 1st. By the end of the month, if it's still here, it's going for junk. Usually, you know, that gets people motivated, and that, okay, well, I need this right now. I'll come over and get it. Or, hey, can you ship this to me? Don't be afraid to ship stuff. I've shipped all kinds of stuff across the country, and I usually use the post office because they're cheap. Them flat rate boxes, fuck, you can't go wrong. They're usually cheap, and they get there pretty quick. But if you keep it and sell some of the stuff off of it, you know, you're recouping some of your money. You know, it don't always go real good for you. I mean, you may keep the car for 6 months and sell one thing off of it for $10. Or, you know, a month into it, you may just have just an empty shell there with no doors, no nothing on it. It all depends on who you find. But all it takes is one person to find it. You know, on like a Facebook search, one person to find it. They tell their buddies about it, and the next thing you know, your parts car is pretty much just a roof and quarter panels. That's what you want. But anyway, we're going to end this video. It's just a little short one today. I got some other stuff to do. I got to take the kids over to the mall so they can spend their Christmas money, you know, because the stuff, you know, everybody else got them ain't good enough. They give them money too, so we got to go spend that. We'll talk them into buying me some lunch. Good luck, right? But we're going to end this one here. We're probably going to do one more video on this project car, but I just want to tell you, you know, go out there, get you a parts car to go with your project, because it'll come in handy. I mean, if nothing else, I mean, if none of your buddies have the car that you're building, say you're doing an engine swap, and you want to know, you've already got the wiring harness, the engine, and everything, but you don't know where the wiring goes. You know, you don't have one of your buddies that have the car that you're building to look off of, and you can go out back to your donor car and go, oh, okay, that's where this plug goes. You know, so they're a useful tool, really. I mean, for finding where stuff goes, you know, help making a little bit extra boot in your pocket to buy other parts that you need. And they've got those parts that you can't buy on them. Anyway, we're going to end it there. We'll pick this topic back up in another video. Thank you guys for watching, and keep it real out there.